Good evening and welcome to Proctor for tonight's Varsity Ladies matchup, featuring the West Rutland Golden Horde and your Proctor Lady Phantoms. First, the starting lineups for West Rutland. Number 10, Brooke Raish. Number 11, Katie Callahan. Number 13, Lauren Harvey. Number 21, Kayla Coombs. And number 22, Julia May. West Rutland is coached by Carl Serrani and assisted by Matt Serrani. Now the starting lineups for your Proctor Lady Phantoms. Number 5, Allie Allman. Number 11, Isabel Valerio. Number 13, Maddie Flanders. Number 10, Senior Sierra Thornton. And number 24, Senior Emma Reichert. Your Lady Phantoms are coached by Ryan Sismasia. Now can I ask all you guys to rise, move your hats, and play the national anthem.
Okay, so we're here on the 15th day of February 2017 as crosstown rivals, the Proctor Phantoms, take on the West Rutland Golden Horde. West Rutland comes in with one loss on the season, only loss being to rival MSJ. Proctor comes in approaching a 500 record after starting off 0-6. And they look to have a big upset today. I'm here as usual with Wade Mitchell, Hall of Fame coach. And Wade, what do you think is going to be the key to the game today?
We got to stop West Rutland on the boards. They're definitely bigger, and I think the boards are the big part of the game.
Jump ball off the initial shot, and ball turns over to Proctor. I think that Proctor's going to have to be able to deal with the West Rutland pressure, and they're going to have to shoot the ball well when they get in the front court. If they don't shoot the ball well, they're in big trouble, and there's turnover number 1 off the press, and Westside gives it right back.
Right back, yep.
Starting for the Phantoms today are the usual Allie Almond, Sierra Thornton, Isabel Valerio, Maddie Flanders, and Emma Reichert. And for Westside, Brooke Raish, Katie Callahan, Lauren Harvey, Kayla Coombs, and Julia May. West Rutland definitely thinks that this might be their year, and they've been through a number of iterations. Carl Serrani, head coach, has been around forever. Proctor not having much physical movement. The ball's going back and forth, but that's not getting them any good shots.
No, they're not moving their feet at all. Just standing around, and there's a good example there.
And Raish takes it all the way to the hoop for the score, and she'll go to the line for one. Foul that time on Maddie Flanders.
West Rutland has 8 seniors on the team. This club's been together now for the last 4 years. So they should know each other, and they're definitely a real good ball club. They're the team to beat, although MSJ beat them in the first encounter.
Nice pass on the inside from Isabel Valerio to
Almond.
That was I thought that was Almond, and then I saw Maddie Flanders down there, but Ali Almond gets the score, brings Proctor within 1 early in the first quarter. Proctor closes down, good double, and here comes Isabel with some speed, taking it all the way to the hoop. And Sierra Thornton picks up the foul. That wasn't a good foul there, didn't need to do that. Proctor now with a second team foul in less than 2 minutes. Proctor in a 1-3-1. Similar defense is provided in the half court by Westside. Raish with a long shot on the outside. Almond to the floor. Tied up by Coombs. Change of possession stays with Westside. Westside will shoot those threes all day and night, and I think they don't mind because they think they can get most of the rebounds.
Yep.
The poor shooting of the Horde the last time they played over at Westside actually kept Proctor in the game for about 3/4 of the game, and then the wheels sort of came off, and Proctor got blown out in the fourth quarter. Proctor has to not worry about the very vocal Westside crowd. If Westside lets them pass the ball around the outside and shorten the game, all the better. Because I don't think Proctor can run with them. Another offensive rebound. Coombs with the rebound and put back. Westside's up 5-2. Another turnover, this time by Sierra Thornton. Missing the cutter to the middle and depositing it in the stands. Seems like the crowd here, although they're spread out some, is predominantly West Rutland. West Rutland over the years has had, probably about the last 7 years of pain, not being able to overcome Proctor's kind of dynasty that had developed here. But this is a different year. And the West Side crowd seems to be the majority of the people here at the Bajani Gym. Emma Reichert for 3, nice step in that time. Came out of her hands, good. Ties up the score at 5 with 4:15 left in the first quarter. Raish gets the rebound and puts it back up and misses.
People forget West Rutland start 2 6-footers.
Well, and Brooke Raish has been starting for 5 years because she started when she was an 8th grader with her 2 6-foot sisters, both of whom are playing now at Castleton. Brooke hits them both, and Westside goes up by 2. way too slow on the uptick that time by Ali Ahmed, results in another turnover. Looked like a walk that time, but nothing called. They got plenty of referees for the size of the court. They're employing 3 of them for tonight's game. Sierra Thornton on the floor, but the ball goes harmlessly off the rim and over to Proctor. I don't know why right now they don't have Emma Reichert flash right to the middle of that 1-2-2 press. A 1-2-2 press is generally not designed to cause turnovers. It's designed to speed up the game.
Yep.
And Proctor's actually turning the ball over almost every time up the floor. West Rutland's getting every loose ball, but they can't seem to hit the broadside of a barn right now. And I think we're playing pinball, not basketball. Proctor is very fortunate to be only down 2 with 2:56 left in the first. Could be much worse than that. There you go. Right in the middle, Dalian, and now you got to attack because it's a 3-on-2. I do not think you want Maddie Flanders shooting that jump shot. She's good going to the hoop, but that jump shot is not in her repertoire right now. Nice pass on the inside and good finish by Westside. Against another turnover by Ahmed. No free layups, I guess. And Isabel Valerio picks up her first. It's not that Isabel and Raish haven't had those kind of collisions before. If you remember the soccer season,
well, I'm sure
there was one very special collision that almost resulted in a West Side goal in the state semifinal game. Isabel ended up coming away with the ball. That time, Brooke Raish ended up with 2 free throws and is now up by 6. And West Side subbing Isabel Valerio coming out and Lexi Bride coming in. Maddie Flanders attempts to go to the hoop and is tied up. Jump ball. Possession remains with Proctor.
Not sure as I agree with that call.
Lexi Bride for 3 gets her first one of the season.
Yeah.
It may be the first one of her
Ever.
career. But whatever, they left her there, so. Good opportunity squandered that time.
Yeah. Good
Nice,
pass, but
nice
she couldn't-
steal.
Yes, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Proctor stays in the 1-3-1.
I think that scorekeeper had Isabel Valerio came out with 2 fouls. I think she only had 1, and that the other one was actually Sierra Thornton's foul. I don't think he had that right, but I think it's in the book at this point. Now Isabel's sitting.
It was right.
left in the first, and Proctor having all kinds of difficulty doing anything. Emma Reichert takes it nicely to the hoop and actually uses the West Rutland defender as a pick to rub off.
11-10.
I'm actually stunned that Proctor's still in this game.
And then Thornton steals it.
Here comes Maddie Flanders, and she'll shoot the three.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
drains it. Is this St. Patty's Day? Is there the luck of the Irish? What the heck is going on here? Proctor should be down by 10 points in this quarter, and they're up by 2.
I wondered if they were going to call that.
Westside camped in the lane that time, and 28 seconds left.
All 10 people are on the ball side of the court. Let's see what happens.
A little
here.
back screen and send somebody deep is what ought to happen, but Maddie Flanders would be incredibly dangerous if she could go left at all.
Yep.
10 seconds.
The house would have come down if that had gone in.
And that's the quarter. I don't know who would be here to bring the house down because it looks like 80% of the crowd is West Side.
West Rutland.
But Proctor finishes the first quarter with a 13-11 lead, and that is stunning to me. It's not just stunning because of the relative records of the teams and the experience and the like, but Proctor didn't play well at all. I think that Westside just kept them in the game by missing easy shots and turning the ball over.
They out-rebounded them probably 3-1.
Turnovers.
Proctor turned the ball over I don't know how many times.
But
Yet they lead by 2.
well, and the big thing there is Proctor hit 3 3-pointers.
There you go.
Another steal by Proctor. Here comes Maddie Flanders, and she'll go one on everybody. Emma Reichert tries to go back door, but a good switch. And that is about a 25-footer that I know Maddie Flanders hit one of them, but I don't think you want her shooting that. Stopped the ball and then ran away from it and left a wide open 18-footer for 3. And now Westside's up by 1. Proctor again seeming a little confused in the half court. Got to bring somebody to the foul line to occupy. Somebody's got to get to the foul line and occupy that space so that it'll free up the people on the wings, and there's got to be somebody in the deep corner to overload the zone. Otherwise, you're just going to be jacking threes all night with and hope they go in. Seems that this deep in the season, Proctor ought to have a handle on this, but not quite.
Ooh, got away with one there.
Flanders falling in love with that jump shot. That's what happens when somebody who doesn't usually shoot jump shots hits the first one. Then they think they got the next 5. She had to make an effort to try to get to the hoop, which is really her strength. Westside returning the favor. Turning the ball back over to Proctor. Westside, with its size, experience, and athleticism, is going to run this press all day and night. And then they got 6 more people on the bench who can come in and help. Coach Sismazia is trying to instruct the girls on the floor on how to attack that 3-2 zone. It's really not that hard. You just got to get, the simplest thing is you got to get somebody at the foul line, somebody in the low post, and somebody in the corner.
You got to keep somebody in the middle of the court.
Exactly, because that person is going to take away Brooke Raish, who's causing all kinds of havoc at the top of the key.
It's not, those are 2 fouls, it's correct. It's what the referee saw.
All right, so we're back after the timeout. Proctor down by 1, 6 minutes left in the second. Nice inside out for Ali Ahmed that time, but a good closeout by Westside, and the shot is off the mark. Nice looking shot, didn't find the mark for Westside, and here comes Ali Ahmed. Should have been a kick, but it wasn't. Now there's another tie-up. Ball stays. With Proctor. There has to be some physical movement on the outside. They can't just stand around the 3-point line. Even if they're just exchanging on the outside, just moving from one side of the court to the other and forcing the zone to shift. Well, still a close game. Westside up 14-13.
Another turnover. I'll give her that shot all night.
Well, for whatever it's worth, they aren't going in right now.
No.
And in a rivalry game like this, you can pretty much throw the records out the window. I still have a sense before this is over that Westside's going to pull away substantially, but as of right now, that hasn't happened. And they seem to be playing to Proctor's level, frankly. And you know, with a lead of 14-13, boy, I wish she wouldn't fall in love with that jump shot, but with a 14-13 lead, if Westside's not going to trouble you on the outside, Proctor should take the time off the clock and shorten the game.
Yep.
Because if it comes down to one shot, you never know what's going to happen.
West Rutland wants to run. There's no question about it. Boy.
Another miss on the inside. Foul that time on number 15, Samantha Callahan.
Yeah, I've seen you on the book. 15, nothing.
There's literally no physical movement by Proctor.
Oh, you got a call back. Ooh.
Proctor getting their hands on a lot of balls. Odd that the 1-3-1 that Proctor plays is very similar to the 3-2 that Westside plays,
Yeah.
but Westside's having a hell of a time trying to figure out what to do with it.
Boy, absolutely getting hammered
count.
on the board.
Well, I guess that's true. Fortunately for Proctor, the only board that really matters is the
Right.
scoreboard, and right now it's only 14-13.
And they're not going to call the fouls either.
It's one of the ugliest games I've seen in a while, at least since the last one. But there's plenty of intensity out there. It's not for lack of effort on either side.
They're all working hard.
Good rebound by Lexi Bride. Lauren Harvey off the mark. I just don't understand why somebody's not at the foul line. I don't get it.
That's white ball.
Looked like Maddie Flanders was literally thrown out of bounds on the rebounding action. No call there. And said the ball somehow ends up in Westside's hands. 2:39 left in the second quarter. Coombs doesn't even look at the hoop, stands at the foul line. One of the most awkward shots of the quarter, and it goes in. That puts Westside up by 3. There are some really good looks that Westside's have that haven't found the mark. It's odd that layup missed that time by Maddie Flanders. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Proctor would do well to finish out the quarter strong, keep it within a point or two, or tie it up.
Look up.
I don't think they even play Sierra Thornton to shoot the ball. She had a layup there and decided to give it up. Foul on Emma Reichert.
Unbelievable. 6 fouls
Her
in
first.
the entire first half.
Especially as hard as both teams are playing.
Plus that plays right into Proctor's hand if they're not going to blow the whistle. They can't afford to lose anybody.
That's how you attack that 1-3-1. You overload the person on the back line. Any kind of penetration to the seam, there will be a nice strip by Lexi Bride. I don't think I've seen her do that without committing a foul this year, but she got away with it this time. It actually looked like the ball went off the Westside player, but apparently not, and stays with Westside in the half court. Proctor now in the man-to-man. Good box out by Emma Reichert. Nice look up. And Sierra Thornton in an uncomfortable position. They got a mismatch here speed-wise with Emma Reichert and Lauren Harvey. If they spread a little bit, that would be She'd have a good opportunity to get to the hole. Shot that time by Jenny McGee. And now that 1-point lead extended to 8 with 12 seconds left. And Proctor's still puzzled by this zone. You'd got to think that Proctor was prepared for it. It's the only thing West Rutland plays.
Yep.
Anyway, with 2 seconds left, Westside closes out the quarter strong and extends the lead to 21-13. And that's the end of the half. Proctor actually quite fortunate to be only down 8. And Westside must be puzzled to figure out how they are only in with an 8-point lead. It literally should be 20, but it isn't. And
that's the name of this game, I'll tell you. Anything can happen.
So we'll be back for the second half shortly. And they're very shiny. And the shirts were skin tight. I weighed 160 pounds. I was even hysterics just looking at the picture.
Are you with me?
Well, we come back and wonder of all wonders, Proctor is not out of the... I don't even know why that wasn't backcourt, but apparently they felt sorry for Proctor or something because that was a backcourt violation. Someone's got to get at the foul line to overload the side. Westside now in a 2-3 zone. And Emma fends off the defender with a forearm and tracks the ball down in the backcourt. Travel by Maddie Flanders that time, turns the ball over to Westside, and they come back with an 8-point lead in the ball with 7:28 left in the third quarter. Proctor staying in that 1-3-1, which seemed to work pretty well. Westside playing with 4 players as Carl Sereni has a conference with Brooke Raish.
I don't like her shooting. She's a killer.
Yeah, and there's a 3-pointer. This game will get out of hand really quickly if nice crossover by Almond doesn't finish. Flanders on the floor. Allie Almond down there with Maddie Flanders. Westside now an 11-point lead in the ball. Proctor's got to get a stop to stay in the game.
Can't give that to her.
And there's another 3.
Got to go out and get her. Another turnover.
Westside in their 3-2 again. Nobody at the foul line. Nobody in the block. Are they just playing like everybody out? It's like 5 out or something?
I believe so.
I don't know how that works.
I don't either. Proctor needs a hoop quick. We're going on 10 minutes without a hoop here.
Forget about a hoop, not a point. Nothing. No foul shots, no layups, no nothing.
And it continues.
And Westside back in the press. Someone's going to get in the middle of that. There you go. Emma wander around.
Emma's got to turn around and see what's happening.
Skip pass would have been. Not going to dribble through that zone. Really tough skiff pass there across a 3-2. Proctor with a 30-second timeout. $14 doesn't seem like an insurmountable lead. I've seen teams easily come back from that, but there's no indication that Proctor has the ability to put the ball in the hole at all. At least not for the last
8, 9, 10, 3, 11, almost 11 minutes. And the sad part, we're not getting
there we go.
The shooters.
Oh, look.
The shooters on the team are not getting shots. And that's the sad part.
Nice entry pass there. You got to have some block presence or you aren't going to be able to attack a zone. That time Proctor did a good job with an entry pass at point blank range to Emma Reichert, and she puts it up and in. Foul on Brooke Raish. It's her first. Of course, there haven't been many fouls called in the game. Little pressure in the backcourt that time causes Westside to turn the ball over. I could see how MSJ with their guard play could give Westside a lot of trouble. That seems, if Westside has a weakness, that seems to be it. Nice turn to the middle that time. It's amazing what happens when you get your biggest girl within 3 feet of the hoop and you give her the ball.
It's amazing, huh?
You get some short shots, you get some layups. Dribbles one in.
That tells you just how hard it is to score points. That last shot, I don't want to drop.
It's odd that it happens in your home gym.
Yeah.
Should feel comfortable enough here to get. And honestly, they just have to get some shots up. I mean, they came down 8 times in a row and didn't get a shot. And Brooke has now displayed her arm. Softball season is not all that far away.
That was a bullet, I guess you might call it. Another loose ball. Don't let her have that shot.
It's Emma Reichert's second, team second. 3:57 left. Proctor down 29-16.
Are you keeping track of the turnovers?
I don't have that many fingers and toes. I think if all the Proctor fans in the place took off their shoes, we still wouldn't have enough fingers and toes to count that many turnovers.
You know, the saddest thing is it's both teams that are making them.
Proctor definitely has its chances. Wild shot. That's one of those things.
One of the few shots she's had a chance.
Yeah,
Look at the basket.
Honestly, I think it's the only shot she took all game, and probably getting a little frustrated not being able to get any off. At least they're getting shots up at this point. They look to overload aside and then they swing it away from the overload. Makes no sense at all.
There we go. No.
Ali Ahmed in there. Kicked by Westside, and wholesale substitutions coming in for Westside. Rachel Stumiller coming in for Emma Reichert. Reichert had a pretty nice stretch there in the third quarter. Isabel feeling the love that time, and I don't know who number 20 is because I don't have a number 20 on the scorecard.
I believe she forgot her uniform and she had to look deep for one. Gee.
Well, she's making sure she gets in the book. That's 2 fouls in 30 seconds. Westside now with 5 team fouls. That was just wild. Proctor ties up the Westside rebounder, and nice entry pass, good block by Westside that time. Stu Miller, and something happened there in the corner. I don't know what it was. Raish cleans up the mess, and now Westside's up 15. Doesn't look like it's going to get any better. There's just an utter lack of physical movement by the Proctor girls. Stu Miller on the inside. She's not tall, but she's
aggressive.
She's rugged. She's aggressive. She wants to be in there. Reichert in for Bride. Another shot off the mark by Proctor. Of course, Westside returns the favor. Samantha Callahan checking in for Westside. Proctor. All Ali Ahmed has to do is run to that middle right there. There's 3 fouls in about 2 minutes. And that's the 6th team foul. Proctor should be able to be shooting in the bonus the entirety of the 4th quarter. And quarter ends with Proctor now down by 15, 31-16.
Proctor scored 3 points in the second, or the third and the fourth. No, the second and third.
Second and third quarter combined.
3 points.
3 total points. That's not going to win you much.
No.
I think they're working hard on defense. You know, they are causing some trouble for Westside. It's not like Westside is scoring 70 points here. There's 31 points on the board. And this is about, maybe that's the way these games are going to be, but it's pretty ugly out there.
You know, if the girls sit down with the coach and go over this game and evaluate everything that went on, it would be amazing how close this game would be. They got to realize that, hey, make those shots, don't turn the ball over. They're in the game.
Part of what's going on is, like, Allie did a nice job that time dribbling with her left hand and getting into the lane, but there was no movement at all by any of the other players.
There's nobody to pass the ball to.
So when she attempts to kick it, you know, someone like athletic as Brooke Raish can just step in there with one step. Nice pass by Raish. Allie goes to the hoop and picks up the foul. Proctor will now be in the bonus for the entirety of the 4th quarter. And if this game goes as it is, we might be here till 10 o'clock at night watching people shoot foul shots. Allie hits the first. Second one off the mark. Getting a little ragged out there. There was a turnover. It was a double dribble.
Double dribble, yeah.
And foul on Stu Miller. Easy pass inside, easy hoop for Raish. Stu Miller gets it swatted by Raish. There's no movement at all by the Proctor. Handoff that time. Almond double dribbles actually again. Turns the ball over to Westside. Shot off the mark. Good rebound on the inside by Samantha Callahan. Julia May getting ready to check in for Westside. Isabel checking in for Ali Almond. 6:16 left. Reach-in foul that time by Kelsey Whedon. It's going to put Proctor on the line. And now the parade of the foul line begins. You know, it's one of the easiest ways to get back in a game without the clock running.
The clock's not running, that's for sure.
And nobody's guarding you, so you can't blame the defense.
But we got to make that first one.
Kayla Coombs coming in. Lauren Harvey coming out. West Side in the man-to-man right now. I don't think Proctor's recognized it. Lexi Bride to the hoop. Off the mark. Raish turns it back out. And Kelsey Whedon travels. Ball over to Proctor, down by 16, 5:25 left.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Fouls on Maddie Flanders.
Boy, not sure about that.
Well, she definitely got beat to the ball and then came over the back of the West Side girl. Proctor now trying to press, but it's going to be a little too little and a little bit too late. I got a feeling with that.
Oh my goodness! You got to call.
Wow, that now I wouldn't have minded if that was a blocking foul, but it was something. It was a blocking foul or a charge.
I'll tell you, that's got to be called.
I have to say too, in looking at West Side, I don't see a discernible offense.
No.
I mean, I don't know that I haven't seen them run a play. I haven't seen them run a concept. They rely on their physicality and their strength and their athleticism, and they shoot an awful lot of threes. It's almost like they set a pace that they want to play at and see if you can keep up, which Proctor cannot, at least so far in this game. Coombs off the mark that time. Raish with another rebound. Sierra Thornton getting her money's worth that time.
Yep.
And Katie Callahan will go to the line. I don't know if they called it on the floor.
She's got 2 shots.
Okay. She'll be shooting 2. Thought it was a shooting foul, but I've been wrong so many times guessing the calls in this game so far. I didn't want to venture a guess. Nice backdoor play that time. Emma Riker gets bumped off her shot that time, and the athleticism of West Rutland is taking its toll. Proctor bigs are having trouble getting over half court. Lexi Bride hits the, that was a 2, I believe.
2, yeah.
I guess she didn't want to go one-on-one with Brooke Raish. Lexi Bride feeling her oats right now. And down 35-19, may as well.
Why not?
Spectacular shot by Brooke Raish. I thought it was a travel, but whether it was a travel or not, that was a spectacular shot.
Great shot.
Yeah, unbelievable with the left hand.
Left hand.
High off the glass and in. And she drains the old-fashioned three-pointer. Now Proctor is looking at a 20-point deficit. Foul that time on Katie Callahan. Now both teams are in the bonus. We might see a lot of free throws the last 2:49.
This one is good.
Second one off the mark. Proctor hits the 20-point mark with 2:47 left in the game. Again, just no movement. West Side subbing in Vanessa Fales. And Denise Keys getting ready to check in, as is number 12, Jenny McGee for West Side. Both teams now with 9 team fouls. Next one for each will put the teams in the double bonus. Foul that time is on Stu Miller for Proctor. And the team's wholesale substitutions now for Proctor. Everybody was on the benches going in, and somebody's staying in, but I don't know who. In any event, 2:04 left, West Side up 38-20. Again, not the game I really expected to see.
It's been a strange one. Certainly turnovers have dominated on both sides. Missed layups.
I mean, West Side has a very flashy record with only one loss, but I can see there are plenty of chinks in the armor of West Side going into the playoffs, and they really have to clean up the turnover issue.
Double.
There's another one. Brooke Raish comes out. Proctor now with the lineup of Stu Miller, Almond, Flanders, Bernstein, and Pecor. Foul on Warren Harvey, who checks out. Proctor definitely had the opportunity to stay in this game at various times, but just couldn't.
I like that effort there on Allman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dive in for the ball.
She always plays 120%.
She sure does.
She's got a bright future, only a freshman.
It's going to be fun to watch down the road.
Both ways now. Yeah, what about 9:14?
Bernstein with a rebound. Over to Flanders, and here we go for the last minute and a half of this game.
Nice move, and
it's gone completely playground at this point. Valley hits the first.
38-21.
So interesting fact, a number of the Proctor girls are going on a trip to Puerto Rico with the Spanish club over the next week and will be unavailable to play. And those, a couple of those, I believe it's only two of them, but two of them are Isabel Valerio and Sierra Thornton will both be gone for the next week.
So how many games will they miss?
I know for sure they're going to be missing the game at Black River. They may end up missing two, depending upon if the Twin Valley game ends up being rescheduled. I think Ahmed all the way to the hoop off the mark. West Side with the rebound. Sarah Pecor with the something or other. Maddie Flanders drains a, I guess they called it a, no,
Oh.
White 20, one behind.
I did not see what that was. I don't know who that.
I don't either.
I actually saw the Proctor player flying across the floor. I don't know if the foul was actually on green 20 and white 20 is going to the line, or if it's on white 20 and green 20 is going to the line.
Something happened after
But somebody with the number 20 committed a foul, and the other number 20 is going to the line.
Gotcha.
That's what I know.
Yep.
Now we'll see which way they walk.
I think the green is going to the line.
Foul up and in by Jenny McGee. Foul shot. She gets a second as they're in the double bonus. And she hits both of them. I'm begging people not to foul. Please don't foul.
Yeah.
Patty Flanders hits a couple in a row late in the game. Nice pass that time. I didn't see who hit that, but that might be and that's Denise Keys hits one at the buzzer, and Westside takes this one with a 44-27 final score.
It was long, it was sloppy.
I think that other teams potentially watching this are going to see some opportunities. You know, the West Rutland has almost a flawless record, but they're far from a flawless team. Proctor right now has a long way to go. I believe that they're ranked either 5th or 6th right now in Division 4, but they are not in the top tier right now.
No.
And they got some learning to do, and hopefully that comes with some work over the summer and in AAU. So, I'm not going to go through the final scores, but we'll see you next time.
Good working with you, and I'm not sure when we work again.